amazing little visit over to Kaiju Brooklyn at the
Yeah,
beginning of this month.
yeah.
Uh,
Kaiju Brooklyn 2 was incredible. It was a really cool experience. We got there just in time for the first ever Kaiju Brooklyn panel. We had Jacob from Kaiju United was there, kind of hosting it with John Bellotti and EJ from Ultraman Connection. John, of course, is one of the main creators of Kaiju Brooklyn. Robo 7 Art does the shirts,
yeah.
and he helped put that convention together. It was a great panel, really fun. A lot of insight from Ultraman Connections EJ.
Yeah, he provided a lot of.
Yeah, he
I
gave
mean,
a
there's a
lot.
lot that he couldn't say, but I feel like he really like pushed the envelope.
He said a lot without saying it.
Yeah, he implied a lot of things.
Yeah, no, it
I
was,
thought
and,
that it was really good.
yeah, and you guys could definitely check out that interview. I believe Kaiju United has that online to watch. A couple of people were there recording it. It was definitely a great panel. There was a ton of panels. That was the only one we checked out. We were in on the shore floor a lot, just kind of checking out the area. It was really cool. We went there and just enjoyed it for ourselves. We didn't do any crazy press or anything for it this time around. Maybe next time we will. It's just been a crazy time of year. I mean, we kind of just took a break the last like month and a half from this show just because we've been so busy. I mean, we've been doing stuff in between on our own separately, but just the schedules have been crazy. So
Yeah,
we
I
were like,
feel
you know
like
what, we just needed a break. So we're like, you know what, we're just gonna enjoy the convention, enjoy it for ourselves, and it was fun. I loved it.
yeah,
It
I was happy that
literally
we went because
our-
I was a
Yeah.
little on the fence because like it's a big trip out to Brooklyn. It's gonna be traffic, parking, all this stuff. And then I got there. The location is amazing. It's like this, like a market that's like multi blocks big. It's
It's
all
basically like they took like a whole like industrial area. Like
yeah,
they
it's
took,
all
like,
pedestrianized now.
like they took like 6 city blocks of warehouses right across from Manhattan, and they converted all these warehouses into these gorgeous buildings filled with shops, restaurants, and convention space, and like just park areas, outdoor seating. It was just
Yeah.
such like a really cool atmosphere. It was definitely not your typical convention layout. Like it was a little like a lot of places to go. So
Yeah,
it wasn't all
a
like in
big
one
selection.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going all over the place during this convention. You could easily take a break, get back in. They had a lot of cool restaurants in the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and it wasn't
Really-
too hot. As the other thing I was worried
Yeah,
about.
it could have been very hot. And yeah, and it was our first kaiju convention. We've never done G Fest. We didn't do All Monsters Attack. And New York, pretty much the whole tri-state northeast area here in the States we haven't had a kaiju focused convention. I mean, we have New York Comic Con, not kaiju focused. We have a ton of different comic conventions. Every year we do Terrificon. We're doing that this year, and we're kind of excited about that because Christopher Sean is going to be there, and Keon Young, who is the villain from Ultraman Rising, he's going to be there as well. So we're going to try to get some autographs, maybe chat with the two of them. And our Muteki sales guys are always there. They're representing Toku, selling their figures and all that stuff. They sell great stuff, so definitely check them out. But yeah, that's like our closest thing is like, and Terrificon is super extremely comic focused. They get a lot of celebrities, but like their goal is to stay focused on comics. But it's been growing a little in Toku stuff. Like it's hit or miss some years with the Toku stuff. Like some years we come out of there like, oh my god, I bought so much stuff. Like I remember one year I had tons of different Godzilla prints, figures and stuff, and other years it's just like, oh yeah, it's just like one guy selling Godzilla stuff.
Yeah. So
But,
to have a
it's
convention like
growing.
Kaiju Brooklyn, I mean, this is the most prints I've ever bought
Oh boy,
at a convention.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think I probably got like 6-7 prints, which is insane.
Yeah.
I got this awesome Earth Garon one in the back over here.
I got
hanging
this,
up.
the Jeff Sornow Ultraman Gearus. I have this whole book here of just prints. I mean,
Yeah, no, it was a really good.
Do I have the Kaiju Brooklyn poster here? Here's the Kaiju Brooklyn 2 official poster. Pretty cool artwork. There's some Zornow stuff. Lots of awesome stuff in here. So
Yeah, no, it was a fun time.
Highly recommend going when it comes around next year. It's definitely coming back next year, and I think it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, which makes me very happy because I'm already looking forward to going back next year for sure. And the minute they announce that date, I'm going to be like, all right, that weekend is blocked off.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, back to this this panel that we went to.
Yeah, the
They
Ultraman
touched
panel.
they touched on a few things. They like slightly talked about the Ultraman Taiga Blu-ray release.
Like, they're like,
He was kind of like
It was supposed to be an announcement, but everybody knows about it because of the internet.
Yeah, because retailers post it the second that they find out about it.
Discount, Amazon, even I think I think I actually pre-ordered mine through Target because they had that buy one get one half off sale running. So I believe I bought that and I think a Ninja Turtles video game.
Yeah,
Actually.
I mean, I remember when Mebius got announced. I like pre-ordered it. I think it was like 2-3 months before it even was like officially announced. Like they even had artwork for it.
Yeah.
So like yeah, these Mill Creek sets they always get spoiled, but like
Yeah.
that was one of the things that they were talking about there. And one of the big news drops that they had was, I mean, people were always asking like kind of like what happened with Mill Creek, like why do we have like a 1.5 year dry period?
I mean,
And-
we brought it up a couple of times ourselves too.
Yeah, we have been, and you know, EJ was kind enough to say it's the goal of Subaraya Connections and Subaraya as a whole is to have a physical release for every single series of the show. Like it's gonna they want it to happen.
Yeah.
It just sounds like there's some logistical things. I'm assuming they probably they wanted to have a little bit more material available
Yes.
for them. There was no word on like Blazar or anything like that there.
But
I was like kicking myself yesterday because we had the opportunity to ask questions and I kind of froze up. And I was like, I should have asked about what's going on with the Blazar movie for the US.
The Blazar movie and also the cliffhanger that at the end of the Netflix anime series that they kind of left like open, like, hey.
Well, the movie wasn't out yet when we were at Kaiju Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Netflix anime, the anime TV
Oh, yes.
series that was based on the manga. I was just like, I don't really have any questions about Ultraman. I'm like, it's
And the people were asking very good questions.
They were all
at the
asking good
panel.
questions. One of the questions that was great was somebody asked about the English dubs, that there's not really any English dubs out there. There is on a few episodes, not a lot, on the deep discount exclusive sets that they released. They put like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think
dubbed
it's like
episodes.
6 totals between like the 2 sets that they released.
Yeah,
it's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not a lot. But EJ did say that it's in the works, so there might be a re-release of the original Ultraman series dubbed in English. And the way it's been going, we have Blazar. They did completely dubbed for us here in the States, and they've been slowly announcing the cast for Arc. The last announcement they made was who's going to be voicing Ultraman. Really good actor. He's the voice of a couple of characters on anime. His latest one was Kaiju number 8, which is incredible if you guys aren't watching right now. Kaiju number 8, Go-Go Loser Ranger, or Reject Ranger, if you're fans of the original manga. 2 great animes running right now in the States that are Toku based. He did voice the English dub for Kaiju number 8. So, some great actors. I don't know if he's going to be just the Arc Act voice or if he's going to be like the host actor's voice as well. They only show Ultraman Arc, so he might just be doing the kind of grunts and Ultraman talking scenes.
Yeah, yeah, no, and that was the other thing he touched on with Blazar was that it was very intentional to not have Blazar speak in this series and have like a non-verbal Ultra.
Yeah.
So like, it's that's why it's like just the grunts and nothing really else.
Yeah, he was talking. He talked about the trading card game is coming. There is a trading card page on Facebook. There's a lot of like ways to get the exclusive trading cards at like these events, but I don't really think there are any here in this. It's like this trading card game is going to be a very global trading. Like Soberaya, one of the things that we took away from this panel is they want Ultraman to go extremely global. I mean, Ultraman is one of the most identifiable heroes right now, besides like Toku heroes right now, like around the globe. It's in a lot of countries besides the U.S. I mean, you look at the dubs that they've done for Blazar. There's a lot of dubs that they've done for that series in different languages. And they want it to just keep growing. They want Ultraman to like really be global, and this Rising movie was part of that. I'm really hoping we get a sequel to that. We'll touch back on that later. But yeah, this trading card game is going to be like the equivalent of Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, this is coming out in a lot of countries.
Yeah, they're pushing really hard on the trading card game. I might pick up a booster box or something depending on like what the.
Yeah, I haven't seen any listings for that yet. I do know, a little off topic here, but there is the Ultraman Series 3 coming from Richard Parks on Kickstarter very, very soon, from his latest update on the page, on his Facebook page. He's got the Rising stuff pretty much finalized and the Shin Ultraman stuff finalized, so that campaign is going to be kicking off like literally any week now. I'm expecting mid-July, if not sooner. I'm guessing here, but the way he was talking was like it's coming soon. But yeah.
I guess the last somewhat big announcement that they had was, I didn't realize. I thought that this Ultraman crossover with Marvel was going to be kind of like its own thing.
Yeah.
But in fact, this is the third series. Yes. Oh, no, is it the fourth? The fourth series?
Yes. It's
the fourth series of the Ultraman story.
Yeah.
So we left off with Ultra 7.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a bit of a hiatus. I think there's kind of a bit of a licensing nightmare.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the artwork, there was definitely I mean, he didn't mention it, but first concept art, we have Captain Marvel, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. And now it's Miles Morales, and I forgot what the other characters were on the cover. So clearly there was a shift in the story of what characters they were allowed to use and weren't allowed to use.
Yeah, so the synopsis of the story that I've read so far is that Peter Parker's missing, so that's why he's not on the cover so far. There's some really awesome... There's a Ultraman for issue 1, there's a variant where he's fighting Fing Fang Foom. So
yeah, I saw that.
One, that's definitely like, that's the cover I'm getting for that issue. They've only shown one cover for issue 2 so far, and it looks very similar to like the cover A of issue 1, except like Ultraman's head's like the other way, and the heroes are laid out a little differently. But yeah, they said that this story is sort of Marvel coming into Ultraman's universe, and not kind of Ultraman in Marvel's universe. Like it's Ultraman's realm there. Like the story is about Ultraman. Soberaya, like one of the main things about this panel was licensing. Soberaya, John talked about how finicky they are with the shirt designs. Like he'd send them like a rough copy, and they'd be like, "Well, we want that fixed," and he'd be like, "Well, it's not finalized yet. Yeah, that's gonna get all fixed in post. It's gonna look nice and clean. Like they want
like it needs to have the logos on it. Yeah. All the faces need to be like absolutely 100% correct.
Yes.
Like no, yeah.
Yeah. It's Ultraman. He said like the first time he submitted his concept, they sent him like 3 pages of things to fix, and it was like each time he's figured out like what they like and what they don't like, and he's like the pages get shorter and shorter. He's like maybe one day I'll be able to submit a design and they'll be able to say, "Yep, that's it, perfect, you're good to go."
Yeah, I mean, he said the his Ultraman Rising design was like the quickest one that he's had so far
Yeah,
get
yeah,
approved, which
yeah,
for such a new project that they're putting a lot of steam behind. I think we're going to be talking probably about the panel stuff a little bit more when we're actually reviewing the movie.
yeah,
But basically, like this is like their big push in the U.S.
yeah,
That like nothing in this movie was a mistake. All the references, you
yeah,
know, down to the sport the guy played, everything was just we want to be big in the U.S.
yeah, yeah. It's it was a really insightful panel.
Yeah, I
And
kind of want to like. I wish there was more. I honestly wish it was longer, or if they had a couple of them throughout the show.
yeah, they did one at the end of the day, but we just had to get back to the families, and
And that one
traffic
seemed like it was
absolutely.
a bit of an emergency
Yeah.
one. I don't really know how much they had planned for that.
Yeah, originally it was supposed to be Monster Island buddies doing a panel there, but he had gotten sick the day before, so it was like a last minute, like, oh, we need somebody to do an extra panel to fill in the spot there.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, they looked like they had a great time at that panel as well, though. Yeah, check out Kaiju United. They have those videos on their site to watch the panels if you want to see them for yourselves. But great time, absolutely great time. John did a great job. Everybody involved. Brooklyn
yeah,
won.
yeah. Everyone
The
was so
sta-
nice.
Yes, the staff was incredible. When they were like, "Oh, do you like?" We were like in the convention, and like somebody came in and was like, "Oh, do you guys want to? Do you want to go to the panel?" And we're like, "Yeah, yeah, we can go to the panel." And they're like, "All right, we'll take you there." And like they literally guided us to the panel room, like. It wasn't like it was like right there. Like
It was
they're
like
all right,
2 city
we-
blocks away.
yeah, they're like, all right, well, we're gonna walk out this building, walk across here, go up here, and I was like, oh, all right, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, we would have never found it
No,
If-
we absolutely would not have
if
found
they
that.
didn't
No,
they didn't guide us.
no, yeah, no, great, incredible staff, and like I said, we had a great time meeting everybody. Vampire Robot was there. I got my Jeff Zornow exclusive variant from him, and Zornow was right next to him. Got it signed. Picked up some figures. The Moon Techie sales guys, and just everybody. I mean, awesome time.
Yeah, you know, it was a great, really great experience, and looking forward to going back. I don't know if they can do another one in October. I think it's a little late. They haven't announced anything yet.
No,
Probably
yeah.
next year.
Yeah, I think he might be sick in the spring. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
I
and
know
springtime
it's-
would be nice.
I know they're definitely coming back with it, so gotta be
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a bigger floor they could have went to, so they might expand next year. But we'll see what happens.
Definitely, definitely.